evening, you're watching 7 at 7, the only news bulletin where we curate the day's top 7 stories for our viewers. Before we hit the headlines, I want to quickly take our viewers through where India stands numerically with its fight with COVID-19. Our total numbers right now of positive cases stand at 1,12,359. We've recorded till now 3,435 deaths, the worst hit state, 7 positive cases, and clocking in 1,390 deaths. Tamil Nadu is the second state with the highest cases of 13,191, recording 87 deaths till now. The state of Gujarat stands at total COVID-19 positive cases of 12,537. However, while Tamil Nadu is the second highest state with the total cases, in death, Gujarat has surpassed Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu has only 81 deaths because of COVID-19. Gujarat has recorded 749 deaths till now. This was the data collated just about 20 minutes ago by my producer and I, but let's just move on. The state of West Bengal has witnessed its worst cyclone in many decades. A Cyclone Amphan has claimed 15 lives in the city and total of 72 in the state of West Bengal. In many areas, massive damage to life and property, damaged houses, snapped power lines, slamming doors, shattering window panes and pouring rain created an eerie atmosphere in the city of Kolkata. The wind speed of the cyclone while passing Kolkata was 113 kilometers per hour. Cable TV connections remain disrupted in parts of Kolkata while mobile phone connection is also irregular. The Prime Minister has said in a tweet that no stone will be left unturned in helping the affected. He said the centre is closely monitoring the situation. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee will chair an emergency meet to assess damage. Over 5 lakh people have so far been evacuated in West Bengal. 20 teams of NDRF have been deployed in the state. The Chief Minister also invited the Prime Minister that he must come and survey the area.
पश्चिम बंगाल सरकार ने ये बताया है कि 5 लाख के आसपास का फिगर है और 5 लाख जो इवैक्यूएटेड हैं, जो कि शेल्टर्स में रह रहे हैं, उन्हें अभी भी शेल्टर में ही रहने के लिए हिदायत दी गई है, क्योंकि रास्तों में या तार गिरे हुए हैं या फिर उनके घर क्षतिग्रस्त हैं, तो घर जाना सेफ नहीं होगा, इसलिए अभी शेल्टर में ही बने रहने की हिदायत दी गई है, जैसा चीफ सेक्रेटरी वेस्ट बंगाल ने हम लोगों को सूचित किया।
The city of Kolkata bore these marks of a cyclone which tore through the city yesterday, spanning 3 hours with wind speed of over 100 km per hour, touching 113 and going up to 145 km per hour. This is the worst cyclone that the state of West Bengal has witnessed in many decades. The eye of the storm was down south of West Bengal, Sundarban area, and it climbed up from there and tore through a state which is already dealing, like the rest of India, a pandemic. It's been a crisis within a massive crisis. I want to connect right now to my colleague Indrajit Kundu, who's joining us live with the latest updates. Indro, what is the latest that you are picking up? Because, you know, yesterday when the devastation in terms of visually, we started accounting for it in terms of visuals, it started pouring in from about 1 a.m. 72 lives lost in West Bengal. Is the number going to go up? What's the loss to life and property?
Well, Preeti, you know, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, in a sense, startled everybody when she claimed that 72 lives have been lost. She claimed that 15 lives have been lost in Kolkata alone. But it's understandable because since last night, communication systems have been down. Mobile network has bore the brunt. We've been trying to call up people in the districts and it's not reachable. Even the government said that several of the district magistrates and district officials were not reachable for a long period of time, as Mamata Banerjee claimed that it will take some time to assess the ground reality and make an assessment of what can be the damage and the extent of the damage that has happened to property across West Bengal. 72 lives, of course, is a big number, and the Chief Minister has, of course, now claimed and urged Prime Minister Narendra Modi to physically come and assess the situation on the ground. She's also said that there needs to be some amount of central assistance, and this comes, of course, in the backdrop of kind of stiff opposition that we have seen from the Trinamool Congress against the Modi dispensation at the centre.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Indrajit. We're going to keep coming back to you. You know, the damage is still being assessed. A lot of areas in West Bengal completely marooned in terms of there's no communication, there's no mobile connectivity or any other connectivity right now. We're still trying to get in a word from the interiors because usually the footprint of a cyclone is borne maximum by the interiors of a state. And we are hoping to get in more news from there. Meanwhile, cyclonic storm Amphan wreaked havoc in coastal districts of Odisha as well, uprooting trees, electric poles and damaging houses. Amphan so far has claimed 2 lives in the state. Over 1.58 lakh people have been taken to safety in the state. 20 NDRF teams have been deployed. Odisha's Balasore, Badrak and Mayurbanj district experienced extreme gushing winds. District Collector has been asked to assess the damage caused by the cyclone Amphan and submit a report within 48 hours. Assam and Meghalaya are expected to receive heavy rainfall as well. Cyclone Amphan is the first super cyclone to form over the Bay of Bengal since 1999. But out of the 2 states, it is the state of West Bengal that has borne the maximum brunt of the cyclone. Meanwhile, I want to shift focus in a bid to create a safer air travel in COVID-19 times. Civil Aviation Minister Hardeep Singh Puri issued new rules for air travel. Passengers will now be allowed to take only 1 check-in bag. Along with this, the government has mandated web check-in and Ayodhya Setu app for passengers. To contain the virus spread, flights will no longer serve meals on board, and PPEs will be must for flight attendants.
After being grounded, India's domestic airlines are all set to take flight. But flying during the coronavirus contagion won't be the same. Only 33% of the total domestic flights will be operational. Ministry of Civil Aviation has come out with an exhaustive list of passenger protocols. Here's what will be the new normal in flying. Firstly, only web check-ins will be allowed. Passengers will be required to print their own boarding passes. At the airport, one will have to print and attach baggage tags too. Only 1 check-in and 1 hand baggage is allowed for now. Downloading the Ayodhya Setu app is mandatory if you want to fly, as is wearing a mask. You will have to arrive at the airport 2 hours before departure, but those from containment zones will not be allowed to fly.
Passengers will be required to wear protective gear, face mask, and to carry sanitizer bottles. Airlines shall not provide meal services on board. Water bottles will be made available in the gallery area or on the seats.
Airports across the country are preparing for operations to resume. From the airport to the plane, most protocols will be contactless.
On the flight itself, the minister has made it absolutely clear. On the aircraft itself, the middle seats will not be left vacant because that's not economically viable, but everything will be done in order to ensure that there is minimum interface between passengers in the aisles and of course around the washrooms as well. There is not much queuing up.
Contact ना हो लोगों से, उसके लिए यहाँ पर देखिए वेब कैम लगा दिया गया है. ये वेब कैम लगाया है और यहाँ पर आपको अपना जो टिकट हो या फिर आपका आई कार्ड है उसको यहाँ पर आपको दिखाएंगे.
Flight bookings are now open, and to prevent a surge in ticket prices, fares will be regulated.
If we take Delhi Mumbai, now this is the densest route we have in the country. Now if we just say lower is 3.5 and upper is 10,000, it may create a problem that they may sell the entire thing at the highest fare also. So we are putting a second rider. The second rider is, and that's the most important part of is, that 40% of the seats have to be sold at a fare less than the midpoint of the band.
After being locked down for over 50 days, you can finally spread your wings and fly. So fasten your seatbelts and have a safe flight. Bureau Report, India Today.
We are now on the 4th phase of the lockdown, but nothing's changed for migrants. While many are still on the arduous journey home by foot, there are some who consider themselves fortunate simply because they managed to get a ticket on board the Shramik Express. My colleague Ashutosh Mishra boarded a special train and filed this report.
Exhausted, hungry, and yet relieved. These are the lucky ones who get to board a train to their homes. The signs of the nightmarish journey they had undertaken are visible. Some have blistered feet, some have been sleeping for hours. This is the journey of the migrant, the fortunate migrant. We are at the Karmnasa railway station near Kaimur border in Bihar, from where a Shramik special train will leave for Araria.
They walked all the way from different states, way back to their destination, their villages in Bihar. Even after entering in Bihar, they are queued up in a huge number as the train have been provided by the Bihar administration, where from one station they'll be boarding train to their nearest places.
Social distancing is a challenge as these migrant workers are scared that the train will leave without them. Having made it this far, they don't want to risk another arduous walk. Food and water is given to every passenger. And then they finally board the train.
Shramik Express has left from Karmnasa station. Few more hours and it will reach Araria via Ara and Sasaram. Our journey will continue till Sasaram station, where I'll speak to these migrants about their challenges in the life ahead, as it is not only a threat of a virus outbreak, but more than an issue of survival, challenges for survival and bread and butter.
The compartments have the COVID advisory. Washing hands is easily done, but social distancing is just not practical. Most compartments are full of people. Some choose to sit by the doors, looking pensively at the countryside whizzing by.
तेलंगाना से बिहार कैसे पहुंचे?
ट्रक से पहुंचे। ट्रक से
ट्रक में बैठ के कितना पैसा दिया उसके लिए?
उसके लिए 2000 रुपए हो लिया।
Many of them have no money left in their pockets and have their families to look after. The children are oblivious to the troubles of the adults. These families haven't just been hit hard by the lockdown, but also by their bosses who duped them of their money.
हम लोग बस से आ रहे हैं, हम लोग को के पैसा ले लिया सूरत में 2500 रुपए बोला कि देगा तो ही तुम लोग को गाड़ी पकड़ाएंगे, बस पकड़ाएंगे। उसके बाद हम लोग को वहाँ पे लाकर छोड़ दिया। हम लोग फार्म भरे, फार्म भरने के बाद
Most of them might never return to the city.
अब हम लोग जाएंगे नहीं, गांव पे ही रहेंगे, खेती वेती करेंगे, घर का खेती है।
अब मजदूर की जिंदगी में घर में जो वो होगा वो काम करेंगे।
As the train reaches the Sasaram station, where we disembark, there is finally a smile on many faces.
No source of survival, no surety of job, no bread and butter. The only surety is that we will live, we will stay alive if we go back to our villages. Why? The government need to think about their future. This is the time. In Sasaram with Sanjay Kumar, this is Ashutosh Mishra, reporting for India Today.
Meanwhile, as the work for the construction of Ram Mandir resumes at Ayodhya, the Mandir Trust has claimed to have found many sculptures, pillars and a shivling during the levelling process in the temple premises. Here's the full report.
A key archaeological find in Ayodhya, where the Babri Masjid once stood, at the former disputed site now given for Ram Temple. Remnants of a temple, a shivling over 4 feet, fragmented idols of Hindu deities, black and red stone pillars from temples, carved with intricate designs. The ancient artifacts were discovered during excavation for the upcoming Ram Temple. The treasure trove of cultural importance was discovered from near the Garbhagriha or Sanctum Sanctorum of the Ram Janmabhoomi complex.
ढांचे के मलबे में दबे हुए काले कसौटी पत्थर के 7 खंबे हमको प्राप्त हुए हैं। इसके अतिरिक्त भी अनेक पत्थर के बलुआ पत्थर के नक्काशीदार अंग हमको मिले हैं और नीचे जाने पर एक शिवलिंग प्राप्त हुआ है जो लगभग 4 फीट 11 इंच लंबा है और जिसकी परिधि 42 इंच की है.
Several Hindu groups asserted that the discovery proves existence of an ancient temple under the raised Babri Mosque.
जो 70 एकड़ का परिसर है उसी के जो समतलीकरण के जो काम चल रहे हैं उसी में से ये सब निकल रहे हैं. जितने भी स्तंभ हैं जो हिंदू धर्म सनातन धर्म से रिलेटेड हैं सब मिल रहे हैं.
आपको लगता है कि आप लोग का जो दावा था वो और पुष्ट हो रहा है?
एकदम दावा 100% था और 100% है और 100% रहेगा.
The idol of Ram Lalla or the infant god is in a makeshift temple. The Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Trust is trying to resume temple construction at full steam once the lockdown ends. With Kumar Abhishek in Ayodhya, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, every day on 7 at 7, we end the bulletin by busting certain myths that are floating about in social media or WhatsApp groups. Well, we're going to do the same this evening. Let's take you through some of the claims or the myths that are floating about masquerading to be true. One of them is right here, this. If you take a look at this, which a claim which suggests Rahul Gandhi meets with migrants at Delhi was staged. Well, the fact check on that is it wasn't staged. Rahul Gandhi did in fact meet migrants and it was impromptu. So this claim is false. Another claim that is floating about is that Dr. Devi Shetty has issued 22 suggestions to avoid coronavirus. The fact check on this is false. He hasn't issued anything or any document to suggest a checklist. So this was also false. Well, with these two claims being busted, it's a wrap on 7 at 7. We, of course, will see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Up next is our consulting editor, Rajdeep Sardesai. Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.